The next presentation entitled Implementation of COVID Stress Scales to Assess Associated Factors of Stress Among Rural Community of Thailand During COVID-19 Pandemic, presented by Ms. Kavinthra Teerakathiti.
Good morning, dear listeners. My name is Kavinthra Teerakathiti, a fifth-year medical student from Phramongkutklao College of Medicine. Me and my team's research is the implementation of COVID stress scales to assess associated factors of stress among rural community of Thailand during COVID-19 pandemic. Since the incidence of COVID-19, there have been 5 significant waves of a pandemic.
Excuse me, the slide is not on a screen.
Okay, let's start over again. So, good morning. My name is Kavinthra Teerakathiti, a fifth-year medical student from Phramongkutklao College of Medicine. Me and my team's research is the implementation of COVID stress scale to assess associated factors of stress among rural community of Thailand. Okay, since the incidence of COVID-19, there have been 5 significant waves of a pandemic in Thailand. The pandemic has affected people worldwide, both physically and mentally. Stress is one of the burdens being faced, especially in the working class. Therefore, the study aimed to explore and compare associated stress factors during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown among adults in a rural community in Thailand using the COVID stress scale. This cross-sectional study was conducted from December 2021 to March 2022 in Chakri province, Thailand. It included adults aged 20 to 60 years old. The questionnaire included demographic data and a Thai COVID stress scale or TCSS. TCSS comprised of 6 domains, including 1, COVID danger, 2, COVID socio-economic consequences, 3, COVID xenophobia, 4, COVID fear of contamination, 5, COVID traumatic stress, and 6, COVID compulsive checking. The data was collected while face-to-face interviews. Associated factors of stress were assessed using linear regression. The COVID stress scale mean overall score was 53.8 with a standard deviation of 31.8. The histogram was right skew, as those with a score over 100 points were outliers from a normal distribution. We assume that they were more likely to be affected by stress than those in the normal distribution. Results show that associated factors for increased stress during the COVID-19 pandemic were illiteracy and agriculturists, while age 51 to 60 years old and vaccination with more than 3 doses of COVID vaccine were associated with decreased stress levels. According to the COVID stress scale, increased stress levels strongly associated with illiteracy. Studies show that people with higher literacy have better lifestyles and adjustment capabilities. The study hypothesized that they could better perceive news from reliable resources than those with lower literacy. The agriculturist occupation was found to elevate stress levels during lockdowns. The reason might be that farmers were more pessimistic about income loss and tend to be affected by many economic-related factors. Increasing age was associated with lesser pandemic-related stress. Older people cope with stress better than younger people and have better experience in stress management. They are also less likely to be affected by the loss of income. COVID-19 vaccine doses might have influenced the loading of stress during the pandemic due to the people's confidence in the vaccine's efficiency of preventing infection and severe illnesses. So our limitations included that 13 individuals were involved in data collection. The results could be influenced differently due to different communication skills. Next, the participants collected had a limited age group variety, with half of the participants in the age group 51 to 60 years. Lastly, the study was conducted during the Omicron outbreak, 2 years after the first outbreak, so people might be able to adapt to a normal lifestyle. For healthcare practitioners and organizations, TCSS can serve to aid in identifying individuals at risk of adverse emotional events during the COVID-19 pandemic and can be used as a brief measure of COVID-related stress. For further studies, we suggest that diagnostic assessments should be included, and we recommend collecting data from younger age groups. Lastly, we would like to give special thanks to the staffs of the Department of Military and Community Medicine, Phramongkutklao College of Medicine, and local authorities and public health volunteers of Banaya Community, Changsha Province, Thailand. Thank you.
This is a true inspiration.
Any comment from our judges?
Congratulations. Because you did talking about the dosage of vaccination, right? The COVID vaccination and over 3 doses of protective effect on the stress. Do you have an information of the percentage of this study population that have that level of more than 3 doses of vaccination? How many of them?
There were many combinations of the vaccine doses, but a total of more than 3 doses of COVID vaccines regimens were about 100 people
out of
426 participants.
Quite large. Thanks. Thank you.
Any more questions?
I wonder the same question, because business owner don't have any effect of stress from COVID. So I wonder that how many number of them in this group compared with our?
Well, there were 135 business owners out of 426, but compared to the agriculturist occupation, there were 165 participants. And mostly in Changsha Province, the occupation were mainly agriculturists.
Can you explain about it? Why business owners don't have any stress compared with agriculture?
Well, because during COVID-19 pandemic, the business owners can, sell products online, and there were many ways, alternative ways to sell your products rather than in the province.
Thank you so much.